We're shooting out in the country. Front range way out there. Out in Nunn, Colorado. Beautiful sky. Wave, guys. Hey. Is regardless of what's in front of you. So Kanan, one. Dave,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so once Kanan comes back up range, you guys go eyes and ears, eyes and ears. Let's just think about why we would want to be able to dominate our muzzle in any situation, right? We're going to be doing plenty of stuff this weekend where we have to control the muzzle. Steve! Go ahead and load and make ready. Good. Kanan, what's this called?
High port.
So some people call this temple index, but we're going to use our carbines in that position as well. We're going to have that gun up, tucked under the arm, high port position. You know, from this position, hey man, I saw that guy go out that way. You come with me, you go call 911. You and you, get the kids out of here. You know, this is just a position where I'm talking. I'm not making up anything. I'm just able to talk, control, move, right? Whereas you don't want me standing around like this with a gun, do you? Ryan, load and make ready. Cool. Nice. So we're going to work through positions from high port, compressed, yes?
Yes.
What's it called, Kane?
Low ready. High ready.
So, Logan, what's your last name?
Dutton.
Dutton, Officer Dutton. That's your off duty? Joe, lefty. Big boy. What's the one thing about those ready positions, though, that's the same? Compressed, low, high.
Fingers off the trigger.
True? What else?
Two-handed. You ready to go?
Two-hand. What was that?
You ready to go?
You're ready. I mean, it's not. I'm not. This isn't stand here and wait for a command. It's I am ready. See, because if I was just like waiting, I'd put the gun in the holster. David. Kanan. Oh, snap. You are removing as much extra time as possible so that if you have to pull the trigger, you don't have to draw, you don't have to do anything. Zero time constraints, guys, so a couple gimmies for you. No time constraints, tightest group. You know, everybody's going to remember for always that you fired the tightest group. T-shirt, bottle of lube, or a hand job from Elliot. And bragging rights. Take your time. If I just point a gun at everybody that I think could ever be a problem, I've committed felonies and misdemeanors every time I do that. All right. Andrew?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Take your time. So I want good draw strokes. Gun comes up. I see a sight picture, take a shot. When I holster, I want to see my finger. Holster. Elliot. When we start shooting in close, this position is meaningful. We're going to take this chunk of our arm and flag our breast. Eyes and ears. So from here, I can shoot, right? I can go to work from right there. Boom, boom. Yes? So I want to train that to a subconscious level. Draw to this position, I can join and press out. Does that mean if I know I have to engage somebody where Kanan is, I have to do that? No, I'm going to draw and drive the gun right to him, so context matters. All right. So low ready's a context thing. If I get closer to this target, that angle has to change, right? If I was way back here and the target was all the way at the berm, I could be all the way up here. I'm buying myself time. So low ready, hey man, what are you doing? Up. Safely holster, finger far off the trigger. High ready. Look how that works. High ready. So I got to be able to see. One thing we don't want with high ready, come here. No gun, just go to high ready. Go close to your face. High ready is this. Now your gun's in your jaw. I have a very good friend, Paul Sharp, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, one of the founders of Squib Works, if you know who they are. SWAT cop, badass, trains soldiers and war fighters from around the globe, has a story where his own pistol was in his jaw and the bad guy's finger was on top of it. He was going to shoot the guy. Gun ended up here. Go ahead, sir. Guys will do that as we're doing movement drills, where it starts drifting closer and closer, and you're moving because it's comfortable, because I can move easy. Don't do that. All right. Out here, and it, again, context. I might have to be all the way up here. You, get over here. Now it's what? High board. Yeah. So high ready. Up. Drive the gun out. Get a sight picture. Take the shot. Another sight picture. Finger straight. Safely holster. Wowie wowie woo! Present your pistol and come to a condition of compressed ready. So I want you to think about why you would compress the gun in. What context, in what context would you compress that gun in like that? Yeah, you're trying to retain the gun. Somebody's in front of you, you don't want them to have it. Go ahead, Kane. New gun. First bullet hole.
How many was that?
Don't know, it's on you to count.
One more.
That's 9. Safely holster. Maybe you need to be pointing your gun at people, but you need to retain that gun. Gun's up high, and it could be low depending on context. Slowly punch the gun out, get a sight picture. I just want you to feel what that feels like when you can see it. So it looks like it's between Steve and it. You think he took you? Well, let me measure. Downrange.
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 Kanan, unpack the other speaker. Apparently we've got some bad luck today. That one seems dead. Huh?
What's that in?
It's right in the black case there. Ryan, left hand higher up on the gun. Yep. Who's doing it? Him?
Yep. I'm the guy. I got signed up. Good to go.
Good to go. All right, let's chalk for a sec. So Drew, Steve here said, "Where's Drew?" Didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I miss you, Drew.
I miss you, Drew. Logan said it too.
I miss you, Drew.
He misses you, Drew. Present your pistol. Give me 1 round. So that round, put it somewhere where it's open, right? Because you're about to make that round your target zone. Let's go. Give me one. Finger straight, control the gun. You're not putting it away. Finger straight. So now, do yourself a favor. Take a look at that bullet hole. That's your target, right?
Yes.
Punch the gun back out. Let's see your grip. All right, go to a low ready. So point your gun out and imagine that if that was somebody out there. Mount the gun, get a sight picture. Come back down. Mount the gun, get a sight picture. Come back down. All right, on you, think about each shot's important. Each one. Go through the process, make sure your grip's good, get the slack out of your trigger, and go one shot. On you. I'm seeing a lot of the same shit. I'm seeing a lot of the same shit. You guys are just shooting. Assess. Think about what you're doing. Go to a high ready now. Now, why don't we just always use one?
Different circumstances.
Different scenarios.
Yeah, right? Okay, cool. Just making sure you guys are thinking here. High port. Finger straight. Use your thumb to touch your ear muff or your cap. That muzzle should be pointing straight up. That muzzle should not be pointing at your head. But do create a contact point with your body. Walk down and give yourself one paster somewhere on the white. Somewhere that you can see it. We're going to shoot target pasters now. Recover to the holster, finger straight. Listen, before you go in the holster, I want you guys to get in the habit, not just for your own sake, but anybody you teach, take a look at your finger. Make sure there's nothing near that trigger guard. Look at your holster. Okay? Who's got kids? Who's got kids?
I do.
1, 2. Could you hit that if your kid's life depended on it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah? How about you? If your kid's life depended on it?
Yeah.
One time. One shot. That's all you get. Show us. You cut the edge. So next up, we're going to just refine these draw strokes a little bit. I don't want you to over-exaggerate it. Something I just took away from a nice weekend with Jeff Gonzalez, if you know who Jeff is. He likes to do a single-handed garment clear. That's kind of his jam. Makes a lot of sense. Every draw stroke is one hand. So for you appendix guys, his deal is thumb comes up, hooks, comes straight up, and then the hand flags palm down and you rotate across the abdomen like an L, up, over, and right down. And it literally works with any jacket, any coat, any shirt. It's not tucked in, of course, but you come up, palm down, over, and down. And it makes a ton of sense. No matter what, with one hand you can always get to the gun. Show me. So, why are you shooting all over the place when you just drove a shot into a 3/4 inch target?
Overconfidence.
Okay. We're going to work on robust draw strokes that support the outcome that we want, which is winning in violence, not looking cool on video. Looking cool on video is cool, but it's not that cool. I want one shot, finger straight, compress in, breathe. Analyze what you did. Your goal is not just to hit it, it's to be aware of what that process is, because if you miss, that's okay. I want you to feel what you did and remember what you saw. Because if you can't replicate a hit, who gives a shit? I want you to understand why you miss just as much as why you hit. Deal? So the context of why we're here. Why are we here again?
Better.
Well, what do we want to get better at? What do we want to be consistent at? You could be consistent at sucking cock. Do you want to be consistent at sucking cock?
Proper pistol mechanics.
Okay, proper pistol mechanics for bullseye shooting. Here's the takeaway. You want to be really good at being rapidly violent with the gun you carry to protect life and limb, which means you can't miss. The first shot sometimes means the difference between life and death, which means that I don't care about how fast I can run a bill drill on film, 1 out of 50 tries. I want to be able to present that gun 1.5 to 2 seconds and hit something like the size of that Post-it note every time, 7, 8 yards and in, you're gonna win. If you could put 3 or 4 rounds in a couple of seconds, reliably, not 1 in 100, but all the time, you guys both hit that pacer, or very close. We get to the point though where you own that, you know, anything inside this room, as big as that guy's nose, I can put a bullet in now, regardless of how I feel, which is important, right? Because how we feel changes the outcome. One, access the gun. 2, come up to that high pec index. Hey, listen up. After that click, slap and rack. Why are we doing that?
Grading a good habit.
And what does that habit do for us? What will we get out of a slap rack? Yeah, so that's I don't want to say malfunction as much as I want to say a stop it, right? 3, join and punch it out. Get a sight picture. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
2, finger straight. So right now, if you had to fire from there, you'd be good to go. Now, rotate the gun over, inspect your trigger finger, get in this habit. Tell yourself, safe to holster. Clear your cover garment, safely. Yep. 1, 2. So if you are, when you bring that hand or that gun up, this non-dominant hand should be already, when I go to holster real quick, stepping out. When I go to 1, this guy's right here ready to party. I know you're going for the gun, Bob. I'll be right here waiting for you. Thanks, Bruce. That's my hands' names during a draw stroke. Bruce and Bob. Double B, right? 1, this hand comes right here. 1, if I've got cover garment on. 1, 2, 3. 2, inspect trigger finger. So when you shoot, does your finger need to fly off the trigger when you're on a target? The answer is no. You can stay on that. If you need to shoot, you need to shoot. 1, 2, 3. Austin, mount that gun. Give me 2 hits. Keep the gun up. Tell me this. Did I hit? Did it work?
Yes.
No, you tell me.
Yes.
No. Did I hit? Did it work? Mount the gun. Say, did I hit?
Did I hit?
Did it work?
Did it work?
Do I need to shoot this guy again? Say it.
Do I need to shoot this guy again?
Does he have any friends?
Does he have any friends?
I wonder if he'd like to go on a date. Last part, don't say. Guys, when we're engaging a target, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see. Did I hit? Do I need to shoot him again? I'm prepped on the trigger, ready to fire. You dig? Drive your ass back, shoulders forward, good body posture. As we start firing more than 1 shot, we have to be behind the gun strong. Safely holster. So think about this. You're fighting for your life. How would you stand? What would your body posture be? Why would it be that way? Yeah, man, you're driving forward. I'm driving forward. If I told you the first guy over that berm gets $1 million in raw cash, on your marks, get set, how would you stand? How does a boxer stand? How does a sprinter stand? Forward. Why do we do that when we're running a gun?
Driving forward.
Driving that gun forward. Yeah?
Yeah.
Get aggressive. 1, 2. Up high into the pec. Ass back, shoulder forward, weight on your toes of your balls of your toes, balls of your feet. Sorry. 3. Punch out. Give me 3 hits. And I must remember, I'm not training to look a certain way. I'm training to fight with this gun. Odds are, it's gonna be like this. Yes?
Yes.
Not, oh, he's 100 yards away. Let me get set. Right? I want 3 hits. Get aggressive behind the gun. Up. Here, go and draw it right here. Let's pull it apart. So you know you heard it and didn't fire again?
I heard it and I noticed that it didn't eject.
That's great that you heard that.
Yeah.
So that was in the middle of all that fire.
Well, I don't know, it felt different, and then it didn't rack it, obviously.
Okay. I've been seeing a lot more of these the last couple of years, and that's why I asked what ammo it was. Maybe something a little bit heavier. Where'd the hammer go that I gave you? Up. No misses. Got it? Tap, tap here. Who else missed? Take a step back. Give me 5 push-ups. This sucks. You missed. You owe me push-ups. Go. There's that. That's good, man. Good on you for hearing that, because it could have been really bad, you know?
Yeah.
Cool. This thing's dry as a bone. You want a little oil on it?
Sure.
Does it look any different?
Oh, let this shot out everywhere. No, the bullet doesn't know that there's no going. Accuracy doesn't degrade regardless of the circumstances. If we drew the gun, we needed to hit something, yeah?
Yeah.
If we drew the gun, we needed to hit something. We can't get good at missing fast. We can't. Eyes and ears. We get the sight picture. Get the hits. Nothing's changing. If I have to move, nothing's changing, right? It's a simple process. The sights are on the target, break the shot. When it works and you see it, tell yourself, that's how I do it. When it doesn't work, identify. My grip was loose. I'm not going to do that. Make sure the grip's high and tight. How do we fix it? Well, before I even press the shot out. That feels right. It looks right.
I've seen one where the actual bullet was like deformed, so more like rammed into got wedged in the barrel.
Looks normal.
Okay.
You want it? Something to remember your almost. That's pretty serious, man. Good on you for hearing it. Hey guys, let's talk about what just happened. Austin had a squib, right? You guys all know what a squib is?
Yes.
I think anybody had a squib.
Never had one.
No. Oh! Compress in, finger straight. Not hard, right? Closed loop communication. Closed loop communication means that you are closing the loop of communication. Is anybody hungry?
No.
That was closed loop communication. Who would like to have?
No.
That's closed loop communication. 2 and 2. 2 and 2. Up. You watch guys training and they've got targets covered in bullet holes. You have no idea. You can't identify where you're shooting. You know? That's weird. You're blind. You're training blind. So the more you pace, the better. Reason, right? Why again? Just so we can pass that on in the future? Why do we work with clean targets?
So we can see where we're hitting. We can see our hits.
Yeah, you want to be able to see where you're hitting and missing. Piece of printer paper, we're using it because it's easy to replace, it's easy to see, it's an easy contrast between your sights and the target zone. It's also kind of analogous to the boiler room in a human, right?
Yeah.
Back to the trigger. Finger straight. Back to the trigger. All the slack should be out. Finger straight. Back to the trigger. So it's about being able to put the rounds where they need to be. My point in kind of segueing into that is, while we want to be super accurate, the data doesn't lie. You really don't need to be super sure. What you need to do is have the gun with you, be capable, be willing, and then execute. Not execute the person, but execute the plan. Are we shooting to stop or to kill? Stop. We're never shooting to kill. But wait, you told us to shoot 4 or 5 times, maybe to the face. My intention's not to kill anybody. And this isn't like a legal play on words. My goal is to stop you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to shoot you. I don't want to shoot you once or 5 times or 20 times. You did something to make me do this. All I want you to do is stop so that I can keep on living. If you die in the process, that's unfortunate. It was not my intention. You understand?
Yes.
Slacks out, you're ready to go. Stand by. Look at this hand. There we go. Finger on the trigger, slack out. Let's do it again. Look at that sky. That is pretty. All right, let's go. Mount your gun. Start moving left to right. Ass back, shoulders forward. Weight comes to the balls of the feet. Good grip. On you. Go to the mat. Yes. All right. Square up. Give me 2 good hits. Excellent. Excellent. Look how he walks. Good foot movement. See that? Hips are going facing the direction of travel. Knees were slightly bent. Joe, get up there. Draw, move, and shoot. Move. Come to the wall. Come to the wall. Come to the wall. Good. Keep going. Nice. Give me 2 more. 2 more good hits. Come on. Keep 2 in a row. Nice. Safely holster. Move. Come here, look at me. Nice. Air Force's finest. That sky is awesome. Shoot when you're in front of it. All right. Nice. Shooting in a stock 365. Bro. Over 60 yards, stock blaster. While your feet are moving, watch his hits, watch his hits. Hey, what happened?
Misfire.
Tap rack next time. Yep, keep moving. His grip. Look at his grip, he's crushing that gun. If you come look at the side of his hand when he's gripping, grip the gun for them again, please. Crush. Guy could milk a goat in a couple seconds straight.
Male or female?
Either. There's a reason, you know, he's a hipster. They love goat milk. It's closer to human breast milk in both fat content and nutrients. Oh man, I got you off your game hard. There we go.
It's the goat milk.
The goat milk. All right, I'm good. Look where you're at. You're out in the hallway. Good movement. Dominate that gun. Step to the box. Face. East. The other east. So for you, I'm going to say which way's home. Well, for you, it's that way. Which way's home for me? Face west. Face south. So you need to adjust your sling because you never could walk around like that. That would be weird. Face north. Face east. Face me. Mix it up. Change positions on the line. Change positions on the line. Change positions on the line. Sort it out. Dominate those muzzles. Dominate those muzzles. Be studious about what you're doing. Control your shit. On you. So identify, squat, turn, bend your knees and look how you can turn. See how you can turn all the way around?
Yep.
Makes a lot of sense to me to turn in with my gun shoulder. You know, if I'm looking this way, I can go both ways. There's lots of arguments that Z and other guys, they'll argue which way's faster. Let's go which way's more comfortable for you for now, okay? So, stop. Just because you're left fucking handed doesn't mean you should be doing that. Put it in your right hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make more sense? Identify. Brett. Not mounting that gun until it's completely safe to do so.
And then I realized.
Identify. Real good, real good, real good. Carbine stuff. One, accidents with these things are a lot more significant, or can be potentially, than accidents with a pistol. Bigger round, faster round. There's a reason that men go to war with rifle calibers versus pistol calibers, right? These slings, just some etiquette. We've all got a sling. Sling should be mounted securely to the gun. If you talk to the best special operations guys in the world, you will hear something different from almost every one of them as to what the best sling setup is and as to what the best layout is. You talk to guys that use guns a lot in long movements, and they like a sling that goes as far to the back and as far to the front as possible, because you can carry it a lot more comfortable. A lot of guys don't like single point slings because the gun bounces all over the place. You got to find out what works for you and why. This class is not based around the tactics of war. This is farm kid that grew up shooting things a lot, and I think that the ultimate use of any gun is that we can hit things with it. Way to be a little more mindful about it.
A little shaky today.
Too much whiskey. The ultimate use of this carbine or the pistol is to put rounds onto an intended target at will. When we're walking around with these things loaded up, the sling, unless our hands are occupied doing something, loading a magazine, drinking a bottle of water, putting a tourniquet on somebody, you know, in reality, our hands, we should have positive control of the safety, either with your index finger or your thumb. We're not just like standing here doing this. Look where this muzzle is. The laser that's on here is a pretty good, you see the laser if I step into the shade? Gun, get strong in that gun. Get strong. You've got the littlest bit of movement to break it. That's all you're doing. Come to the wall.
Okay.
Now just push straight through. Little movements. Pressure, pressure, pressure. There you go. Do that again. Little movements. Pressure, 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 pressure. See how you're getting trembly?
Yep.
Like your first date?
Yep.
I don't know what's going to happen. So let's just talk about the fundamentals of marksmanship. They don't change from what we did with the pistol. Wait a minute. We want to dominate this gun. Guys like Benny Cooley, look up Benny Cooley, or DR Middlebrook, that's a name to write down. DR was quite a shooter. DR ran a program called Fistfire back in the 90s, IPSC shooter. To pass his instructor program, you had to be able to shoot pepper poppers. You know what a pepper popper is? It's about as big as my leg, like here down. There's some in the trailer. It's a steel target. You hit it, it falls over. With a stock pistol with no sights at 75 or 80 yards. And you had to do it out of the holster. Boom! That was part of his program. Fistfire was the name of the program. Taking your time, getting a result. Talk to us about what you're feeling and thinking about as you're pressing and prepping that trigger. Talk to us about it. Louder though, because you kind of are a mumbler.
As I'm doing it?
You're not really a mumbler, you just talk quiet.
As I'm doing it?
Yeah, what are you thinking about? What is going through your head as you're getting 60 round hits with your little stock SIG? What are you thinking about? Like, just tell us what you're thinking about as you're doing it. So, for me, I'll show it both ways, but as a lefty, these guns, we want them high into our shoulder. It's not like a shotgun, right? I'm not down into this pocket like I'm shooting a shotgun. There's no comb on this. I'm up. I'm into my clavicle right here. So that all I have to do is put my face. I need a good cheek weld, right? So just like this is analogous to the grip on our pistol. I need this to be consistent. If my face is in a different spot, my reference to the sight's a different spot. If my hand's constantly in a different spot, my leverage is going to be different. Granted, if I'm on the ground or moving around some obstacle, that's going to change. But what do I want? I want a good clamp. Do I need to be super aggressive? Elliot's got a pretty aggressive stance.
So I wait until I have good composure.
So what for you is equating in your body and your mind to being composed? Like, of course, it'll be different for somebody else, but what are you feeling?
I'm not shaky when I'm holding the gun.
Okay.
My sights can stay on the target and not bounce all over the place when I take a breath. Or
would it be accurate to say that you have like a feeling that you've grown accustomed to, that when you recognize that feeling, you say now's a good time to press the trigger?
Yeah, when the feeling's right, the sights are right, that's when my brain says, okay, pull now.
Elliot, though, drives that one arm up. I know a few dudes that do that. I don't know why you do that if it feels good, your left arm. But guys started doing that because they see, I'm not saying you did this, but they'd see some good shooters who try to get so high on the pistol. You don't need it. And with this, you don't need to be this high. This is it's almost like what they're trying to do is create a wedge over the top of the gun. Yes?
Yes.
This is 3-gun guys started coming up with this. All what we're really looking for, and a lot of this depends on your bone structure and your ability to hold a form. Ever do Pilates or yoga? That is you literally holding your body into some contorted position. It's hard for people. So it requires awareness of your body. And what are you doing with the trigger?
I go to that wall, like you've been saying, and then right when I get that sight picture and that feeling, then that's when I push a little bit more and it breaks.
I'm pretty sure that that's the makings of a country song. Right when I get that sight picture and that feeling, I come to the wall and that's when it breaks. So we're going to clamp onto this gun. We're not supporting the gun like we're shooting a hunting rifle. We're clamping onto it because, again, we're trying to create a repeatable, really solid grip. So I'm going to lock this out. Whatever works for you, and part of that depends on the length of the gun. For me, it's here. I do come to somewhat of a C like this. I've got a couple guns. Good. Do that. As I'm here, I am pulling this gun into me. So to stop that from happening, I drive this shoulder forward. Drive this shoulder forward. Drive this shoulder forward. Up. Safety comes back on, come off the target. Up. Safety comes on, come right back onto the target. Up. Safety comes on, come right back onto the target. Drive it forward. But just like our grip, what do we do with our hands when we're shooting? When we're on the gun? Does anything change? It's consistent pressure, consistent location, right? So just like this, I'm not like, boom, boom. This stays the same. I'm not going to walk around like this, but when I'm in the process of shooting, that forward pressure and rearward pressure is consistent. And they have to mirror each other, because I can't push the gun through my hands, right? All right. Let's go to a high ready, high ready. High ready, so that gun comes underneath your armpit. Now think about punching out. Think about punching out, pulling back into that position where it's locked into your pit. So on the way out, when the gun comes level and you've decided to shoot, you can go off safe. Up, punch the gun out, straight into your arm. Safety on, go back to that high ready position. Up. If this was something softer, something softer like a half-inch dowel rod, it'd probably have a big bend in it right now. You know, I'd be almost breaking it. It'd snap. Get it? If it was something like a piston, like a shock for a car, if I was strong enough, you might see it compress an inch, and it would stay there. It wouldn't be bouncing. That's what we're looking for. You compress and it would just stay. I'm imagining that I'm like subtracting an inch of the length of the gun. On the whistle, finger off the trigger, finger straight, safety comes off on the way up. One shot. Safety on, finger straight. If this distance from, say, this part of my hand to here, Carpenter, what do you think? I'm going to go with 23 inches, here to here.
Yeah, about.
Arbitrary number. It means nothing other than this. 23 inches, I can't get rid of that. But what I can do, the distance from here to here, I can close that. So right now, if this to here is 23 inches, it's now 22 and a half. I just closed my muscle and bone a half inch around this gun and just crushed it. Just like a good handshake on that gun. You follow? Yeah. So now I'm just a vise of meat and bone on my gun. For you righties, same thing. Same thing. Yeah? Safety on, finger straight, come down. Drive that shoulder forward. Our ready positions. Some guys, you'll see dudes, okay, low ready, and they're like this. Low ready. Well, that's really, you're not low ready. You know, you're pointing at the feet, depending on target. But the thing about low ready, this is the one aspect, you should be able to look over the gun. You should be able to see what's up. That's not far. What's up? What's up? What's this? High port. Yeah. I've got control of that safety at all times. Trigger finger high off the trigger. Trigger finger high off the trigger. What's this?
Are you ready?
Yeah, so from here, gun gets punched out, it comes back in. This is just like mounting the gun out of the holster. Right? What's this?
Ready?
All right. Let's talk about zero. Pull them butts back, shoulders forward. Good body posture. Be strong. Why do we pick a zero? Why do we choose a zero on these guns?
Known point of impact at a set range.
Say that again.
Known point of impact at a set range.
A known point of impact at a set range. That's exactly it. That's a beautiful way to look at it. It's a known impact distance. So your job as a rifle shooter is you just want to be able to, at any given distance, figure out where your bullet's going to be in time and space. Yes?
Yes.
That's pretty simple with math. So before guys like an old Westerner, you guys have heard the term Kentucky windage, right? They just figured if I hold here, I'll hold this much over at that distance, I'll put that musket ball or that mini ball into the bad guy, into the soldier, or into the deer or whatever it was. That's not guessing, it's trial and error. I've done it enough. I know if I hold with my front sight or dot at this point, that's guessing, right? And that takes a lot of ammo, so we can do mathematics. Non-dominant hand to the ground. I want my muzzle at that 10-yard line. And now I'm going to start to work through that process, adjusting my proper point of aim. So right now my dot is about an inch off of my mark. So, that put it right where I want it. Now I also am noticing that my target is a bit out of plumb. So my rounds may hit just to the right of the red dot if my gun's zeroed. Tracking?
Yes.
Alright, so don't watch the paper. Who gives a shit about that? So I'm going to take my safety off. And I'm going to start to control my breath. I've taken all the tension out of my body. When I'm ready, make one adjustment. Who uses ballistic calculators? Couple of you?
Barely.
So all a ballistic calculator is it's a spreadsheet, right? It's calculating bullet weight, bullet density, bullet coefficient. So that's the ability of the bullet to cut through the air. Big fat bullet like a 45 versus a 223. Completely different coefficient. Blunt round ball versus a really pointy bullet. So you need to know the exact projectile type. Is it a boat tail? Is it a hollow point? Is it a hollow boat tail? Etc. When I'm ready, I'll put my finger to the trigger and I'll start working my breath. In. Got one piece of gravel that's causing me a little bit of grief. There we go. I felt that one. I felt that I was a little bit low, and that was the result of the shot. So I'm going to get back on it. Actually, I'm going to dial my dot brightness down a little bit too. That helps too. Safety comes on, non-dominant hand to the ground. Speed, elevation. People often say barrel length. Barrel length doesn't matter. The bullet doesn't know what you're shooting it out of, so you need to know the speed. As such, that's the issue. Everybody saw Frank Proctor's video probably on his 5200 Zero. Have you ever seen that? No?
Oh, yeah.
Well, people are like, oh, Frank came up with that. No, he didn't. It's just math. He just looked at a ballistic chart and said, between these two numbers, the bullet's at about the same spot in flight. As such, I'm going to make that my 0 because it gives me a pretty workable solution. So do bullets travel in a straight line? Do they travel in an arc? So look on page... All right, safely prone out. Your safety should be on. Dominate that muzzle. Get yourself onto the ground. Before you put anything onto the trigger, before you even start to get serious about shooting, I need you guys to think about what you're doing. Do I feel good? Do I feel right? Am I tight? Is there anything that I've got that I need to adjust? Start to do this for me. Just look through your sights. Relax. Don't even try to line anything up. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and then pick your head up and look back through your sights. Don't move anything though when you do it. Where's the gun pointed? Now, listen to me. Don't move anything. Close your eyes again. Let the gun relax. Take a couple breaths. Open your eyes. When you open them, don't move the gun. Who cares where it's pointing? Go ahead and open your eyes and get a sight picture. What I'm most concerned with is windage, left to right. Elevation, you have to adjust by moving the bore up or down. When you do this, and if you're a little to the left of that black line, move your hips a little bit to the right and see what happens. If you're to the right of the black line, move them to the left and see what happens. Notice that? I need some feedback.
Yes. Yeah.
So oftentimes you see a depiction of bullet flight and it looks like it comes out of a barrel and starts climbing. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
You know that's not what happens, right?
Yeah.
The bullet comes straight out and immediately starts dropping. It looks like it starts climbing because we change the attitude of the bore and we point it up because we have to lob it out. If you were going to throw a football at me from here, you'd throw it straight at me, right? If I ran down to the berm, you would go like this and you'd toss it up because you know you don't have enough velocity or strength to throw it in a straight line. A major leaguer, you know, might be able to do that. A ball player could do that. Could pitch that ball because he's so long and whoa, but we can't. So you'd lob it up. Same thing with the rifle. You're saying, okay, and that bullet comes up and down. So to Joe's point, we're trying to figure out where it's going to be in time and space. I just sat in a puddle of water. Play with that for a second. Move your hips just an inch one way or the other without moving the gun. What we're trying to get you to do is get in that natural point of aim where the gun is pretty much resting on its own. You see that? You feel it?
Yeah.
So let your feet lay flat. You're getting all the tension out of your body. Feel good?
Yep.
All right, on you. I'm not going to talk you through this. I want 3 shots. If it takes you 5 minutes, that's okay. What we're trying to do is not get 3 shots into the red. I just want you to give me 3 shots where you're pointing at that black dot each time. Understood?
Understood.
I don't care where the rounds go. We just want the exact same point of aim. On you, the range is hot. 3 rounds, same point of aim, black dot, bottom left. So, real quick. Muzzle. Target, right? So that bullet comes out and immediately starts falling. All that we're doing with the 0 is I want to know, where's it going to hit here, 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 here. Get it?
Yes.
So we're just going to change the angle of the dangle so that we know where it hits. 2, 2, 3. That's what we're all shooting here today, I believe. Yes?
Yep.
Scroll over to this page. Rifle ballistics over 500 yards. We could run this dope on any gun under the sun, from a .22 Derringer to the biggest gun the military has. It's the same mathematics. Okay? So how many of you have an optic other than standard height on your gun? What do you got?
Like a 0.23, something like that.
So you went a little higher.
It's 206.
What is it?
Unity tactical.
Oh, you got the Unity, okay. So the theory with that is with nods on, with masks on, with all of the gear that super soldiers are wearing these days, it's a little easier to get a sight picture without having to crane your neck down. So it puts his height over bore about a ½ inch higher than the rest of us, which will change all of these calculations. That's the other equation you need to know when zeroing a rifle is what is your sight over bore height. If you don't know that, shit ain't gonna work. So on the left, the blue, 223 Remington American Eagle full metal jacket boat tail 55 grain. A very standard round that you can buy at any place in America.
And again, I don't care where they're at. I just want them touching. So we're going to do it again. I want 3 rounds touching. Do I got anybody with 3 rounds touching? So I got one here. They're touching, kind of, ish. No, they're not. Nope. Nope. We're going to do it again.
Control your muzzle, safety on. Let's go check them out. Look for any misses. Control your muzzle. All right, so Ryan, what were you aiming at? Where was your point of aim?
Here.
Okay, so you'd need to aim over that.
Right, I need to aim up here.
Yes, sir. Yeah! Let's go. So your objective, form a really good vise of meat and bone behind that gun. Drive it to the target. Now you may want to adjust your dot a little brighter if you did it, right? There's adjustments on these suckers for a reason. Present your pistol. Come to the compressed ready position. Yeah? Yep. So, something that's helpful, if we think about this, we got this convenient thumbs forward grip. Look at my thumbs. Look down at your gun. Look at your thumbs. Point your thumbs at the target. Holster. Look at me. Make your fake grip. Look down at your thumbs. Where would they be? Point your thumbs at me. Point your thumbs at me. Point your thumbs at my truck. Without doing anything. Point your thumbs at the phone on the tripod. Point your thumbs at the camera on the tripod. Point your thumbs at me. No, I want you down here. That was on purpose. So everybody else was doing it that way, but you two were like, I'm going to get a fake sight picture in addition. Look at my body posture. Look at my thumbs. I'm not telling you to start becoming hyper conscious of your thumbs. All you're doing is pointing. Point, point, point. Take your finger, point at my nose. Your fingers, point right at my nose. We all have this innate ability to point. So, look, my thumb, look. That's a pretty good group, right? Your target. I want you to just relax, drive your thumb towards the target, and give me a hint. Don't think about it, just do it. Don't think about it. I want you compressed in. Don't think about it, just do it. Mount the gun, come to your compressed position, 2-hand grip, let your thumbs float towards the target. Identify. Threat. Here he goes. Just lay him on that one target.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
What I want you to do is get set. Get till you get a good hit. Okay? Yep. Position yourself where you're getting hit. Do it.
Nice. Who's up? Somebody roll in there. Are we gonna get wet? Somebody pull the radar. This is not low ready. This is your slung on you. This is low ready. I am ready. This is not ready. This is stick flappy bullshit. This is ready. I am locked onto the gun. Up. Safety on. Controlled. Back down. Up. Safety on. Controlled. Back down. Up. Safety on. Controlled. Back down. What's changing? I'm not moving my feet. I'm man. Up. I'm giving you no time constraint either. The point is that we want to ingrain what we want to put out. I'm strong behind the gun. Look it. I'm flexed right now. My back is flexed forward. I'm ready to go. Up. Heck yeah. Keep the gun working. You got a double feed. Cycle, cycle. Finish. Think about what you're doing. Drive your thumbs forward. Drive your weight forward. Yeah. Let me see that without firing. Without firing. Show me your ready position. Ass back. Strong behind the gun. Most of the work is your non-dominant hand, your support hand. That's the work. It's pulling that rifle into your shoulder. You're driving that shoulder forward. Imagine this. We've all seen the suction cup dildo. Imagine if I stuck a suction cup dildo to your shoulder where your rifle is.
That's why he
Right?
has it.
Imagine there's a suction cup dildo on your shoulder and you're driving it forward. Ryan's like, where does he come up with this stuff? Safety on, control the gun. Go. Drive your thumb straight to the center of that target. Yeah!
There you go.
That's a lot of brass. That's a lot of brass. Got an array of TA steel out. Gorgeous spot here in Nunn, Colorado. It's beautiful. On the one of the 100-yard ranges here. Look at that sky. Look at that. My office is better than your office.
All right, you guys, let's see some jumping jacks. Move!
Oh my God, hurry, Joe!
Better pace yourself too, because you're going to be vomiting time. Identify. Hit. Safety on, dominate that. Let's move. So far, his accuracy is good. Move your ass. Move your ass. I'm looking at some of this. Look at my body. I'm strong. I'm going to drive through this target. Yeah?
Set, go! job. Your target was corner position too. Good shot.
Get accustomed now to drawing that pistol quick, and getting a hit. So it's not just drawing quickly and then refining a sight picture and missing. Step up. Identify. Real good, real good, real good. Who missed? Identify. Threat. Three, two, one. On the up. Up. Highway no misses. Ryan, ass back, shoulders forward, nose over toes. Are you missing or are you hitting? Fastest time, both shots have to be into count, wins a bottle of Gunfighter Gun.
From low ready?
Nobody shoot. I'll bounce your gun. Come down till you're pointing at the feet. Yep. Everybody quiet on the sets. This is for all the wins. Don't fire. I want to make sure you can hear this. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Shooter ready.
Ready?
Stand by. Looks like the first round was in, second round was in. Yeah?
Two good shots.
2, 4, 2. 2, 4, 2. Did he say hail?
Hail, yeah.
Well, that would be awesome, because my truck has been quite a lemon, so what would be really great is if it's completely annihilated body.
Write it off.
Big Joe. Point down at the feet. Shooter ready?
Shooter ready.
Stand by. Wow! 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. First shot was 9-2. 9-2. Under a second. Start swearing in like
That'd be a fun
German and
video.
shit. Can you swear angrily in German right now? He speaks German. Come on, say some shit.
Du bist eine Arschloch.
But be angry.
Du bist eine Arschloch.
Now can we do it while you're shooting? Say it again.
Du bist eine Arschloch.
What does that mean?
You're an asshole.
Kanan. Get strong behind that gun. Run it like you mean it. Shooter ready? Point down at the feet.
Ready.
Stand by. Woo! 157. 157. Not enough to beat Big Joe. Du bist eine Arschloch. Did I say it right?
Arsch.
Arsch.
Yeah, it's
Lock?
an ass. Arschloch.
Arschloch. Arschloch.
That asshole?
Yeah.
Du bist eine
I
Arschloch.
told you in meine Augen, du bist eine Kürze.
Meine Augen.
Du bist eine Kürze.
Du bist
eine Kürze.
What does that mean?
You're
All right, coming down to Ryan. Ryan's gonna spank it. I have faith in him. Ryan, do you have faith in you though?
Yes.
All right. Get in your position. Feel good. Point down at the feet. Shooter ready?
Shooter ready.
Stand by.
Son of a.
208. Do it again. Give me hits. Ready?
You got it.
Do me a favor. Square yourself up a little bit. There we go. Where's your trigger finger?
Hi.
Slap your penis. Safety on.
Safety on.
Ready?
Ready. There you go.
There we go. 182.
Nice shot.
Under 2 seconds.
Wow, he just hit my thank you for that.
Jeez, that guy just hit my tip.
Ich gefahr mit meinem Onkel.
Keep going.
Meine Grammatik ist sehr schlecht.
What does that mean?
My grammar is very bad.
Oh, your grammar's bad. All right, 135 is the time to beat. Point down at the feet. Tell me when you're ready, and I'm going to give you the initiation.
I can see the heat pulling off that gun.
That's cool. Shooter ready?
Shooter ready.
Stand by. So quiet. One miss. Elapsed time 1:08. But I don't know if I picked them both up.
Oh, yes.
I only heard one shot.
And the sky clears back up for us. And the sky cleared back up.
Oh my God, that's so noisy. 155, one mic.
Yep.
Yeah! Let's run these guns, bitches! Now you feel it. Oh man, this is gonna pour. Go. All right. Elliot Ness. Ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
Elliot's?
One miss, 139. So close to the time. You guys keep burping and farting in my videos. Awesome! 130, boy. Woo! 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 Even getting flustered. First shot. Go. Ready?
Ready.
Finger off the trigger. Ah, you see your second shot?
Yes, sir.
Do it again. I can handle a little miss, not a miss like that. Stand by.
Stand by.
I think that one just was a cutter on the left side.
Yep.
130, man, that's good.
Thank you.
Let's do some sighted fire. I feel there's just a lot of ammo going in the berm.
You ready?
I'm gonna make sure I got enough rounds in here.
She's ready? Yep, so stand by. I said she'd be ready. Shooter.
Hit the little guy if you can walking by it.
Yes. 121. Nice.
Woo!
Won it all.
Keep the bottle of lube. That actually felt slow. It felt slow because the last time I did that I was trying to push to a second and I thought I got to slow down, and that's why I froze this first one. I was like I was trying to slow myself down, but anyway, you could break a second. What's the purpose? Like, why do I need to do that? You don't. This is another one of those drills where you are compartmentalizing a skill. In a minute, we're going to pull all this cardboard. Go. Keep your eyes and ears on, look alive. Tac mag and empty magazine into your gun. Tac mag and empty magazine into your gun. Take the mag out, put that magazine in your number 1 mag pouch, or wherever you carry a mag. Yeah? Once you've got that set up, I want your empty magazine where?
In the gun.
In the gun.
In the gun. Empty magazine.
Go. Fine or what? Go. You're gonna draw, get that gun out, break the shot, bring that gun right in, feed the new magazine. Reacquire the target and fire. Yeah? Yeah. Then, together. No, we're not done. Together.
You will look left and right. You will bend over. You will pick that magazine up. You will tack mag the empty back into the gun. Five, 3, 8, 5, 3, 8, 5, 3, 8 is the time to beat. Ready, Big Joe?
Yep.
Stand by. Seven, 3, 2, 5, 3, 8 is the time to beat. Step in the box. Ready? Then we'll do it again. I'll say up, draw, press the gun out. Don't miss. I just watched my fiber fall out. Bless it. Fingers straight. I lose them probably once a month. Tack mag. Go again. Up. Tack mag. Don't know. Work through it. Do it again. Notice where my muscle's at as I'm bending over. Yeah?
Yeah.
Put it over here. 490. Step up. Here we go. Quiet on the set. Compose yourself. There you go. 742. Up. When it's safe to do so. Look left and right. Pick it up. Nice. 347. Way to get back into it. 347 is the time to beat. Get aggressive behind the gun. 869. Up. There you go. 660. Is everybody? Nice! 532. Run the timer for me. Let me try it once. That took forever.
296.
Yep. 297.
297.
Just joking. 257. Good job. I knew he had more in him.
Thank you.
You're going to move to the left, to the left, to the left. You're going to apply 2 rounds. You're going to move with purpose. Do you understand?
Yes. Feel fast.
Hmm? Running backwards is not a good idea. Turn your hips in the path of travel. Running backwards is not a good idea because you don't know what's behind you. Dominate those muzzles. Go. Don't miss. Come back around. We're ready to do it again. Move! Move! Those Nintendo pipes? He's got some nice arms on him.
H-spec,
Oh yeah.
construction guy.
Oh yeah, I'm a construction guy.
You just see him in my tool belt.
That looked good on film, you
Nice
creep.
stuff.
Just punch the gun out, you freaking weirdo. Hey.
Yes.
Come to the wall. Come to the wall. Come to the wall. Hit? Was it? Yeah. I'm not looking, I heard it.
Good hit.
All right, listen up. Who's got a hit? Just you? All right, so it's hard to hit at 100 yards standing. So that sucks. What can you do? Look, go to here. Bone, ground. I'm not here. Bone. Weight forward. Yeah? Yeah. See that? Bone, ground, weight forward. If that doesn't work, what else can I do? Right now? What we just did. Yeah? Yeah. Something else that might work. Look at this. Bone. I'm spread out. Yeah? Yeah. So what has to happen to get a hit?
It's gotta move.
Huh?
The barrel's gotta be pointed towards it when the trigger breaks.
So eyes and ears.
As it is.
So we're at 100 yards. What did you guys say? Do you remember where the round should be hitting with our zero?
1.6 or 1.7 high.
Yeah, so we're talking about the width of a 2x4. So we've got a 5-inch target. Where do we need to hold? Really, just put it in the center, right?
Yep.
What has to happen now is the same thing we did yesterday. So my body posture, I'm melting into the
Bone to bone contact. Drive your weight forward. Bone to bone contact. A lot easier, huh? A lot easier. Prone out. Non-dominant hand to the ground. Drop to your belly. Magazine to the dirt. Now try. Think about where your feet are. If you take that magazine and you get a little weight loaded onto it, it's on the ground, and you just put a little weight forward, it works just like a bipod where you load forward. I'm not talking about tons of weight. Got it? Got it. Yep. Try it again. Andrew, give me a hit. Rest of you, stay on your sights. Logan, give me a hit. Steve, give me a hit. David, give me a hit. Awesome. Safety's on. Fight to your feet.
Nice.
about. Foot high, windage is good.
Give me one in the center of the steel, right in the center of the steel. Center of the steel, right in the center of the steel.
That sucks, doesn't it? It sucks, especially in the 20-mile-an-hour breeze. You're a sail, just catching the wind. Take a knee. Rifle level, just drop to your knee. You should be able to just drop into that position. Look at me. Look at me. It shouldn't take much thought. Look, I can just step down into it. Yep. Go. Ryan.
Left, Ryan. Yes.
It'll get a lot steadier if you take your right foot, put it behind you. Hearing a lot of misses. Look at me. Look. Take that back leg, the farther forward I get, the more strength I can get. This works, but try to find a few positions. If your feet are close together, you're not going to be nearly as stable. Play with it a little bit. Try it again. Non-dominant hand to the earth, thrown out, muzzle stays straight, use your upper body, get strong.
Good hit, Ryan.
Before you go to the gun, get your point of aim. Think about what you're doing. If you get set, you should be able to run that gun pretty hard. Let's see it. Ryan, give me a hit. You're on camera. Joe, give me a hit. Good. I was about to say, Elliot, give me a hit. I couldn't see who was down there from behind. Give me a hit, Elliot. Come on, Elliot. 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 Favor right, favor right. There we go. Kane, give me a hit. Ineffective. Hit. Austin. Austin, hit. Kanan, hit. Stay on your sights, guys. Don't. Elliot. Yes. Hit. Ineffective. You are shooting a tiny piece of steel, but that doesn't matter. Hit it. Yeah, Joe, hit it. Ryan. Ryan, stop. There you go. Give me another. Now you know what you're doing. Give me another. Give me another. Attaboy. Do another. Again. Now you're on. So your 0 was good. What was off?
My trigger pull.
Yeah, the way you're running the gun, man. Shooter's choice from position. Dave, give me 2 hits. Ineffective. 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 Hit. Hit. Steve, give me 2 hits.
There you go. Just high.
Was it a hit?
Yep. It was a hit, it came back.
Yeah. Running that little shorty on a 5-inch target at a hundo.
There you go.
There you go. Hit. Logan, 2 hits. Now you might want to use that magnifier, eh? Roll the magnifier over. You got it. Before you do anything, get your body position right. Eh? That looks pretty good. Get steady. That muzzle's moving all over the place. Yeah, one more. Andrew, give me 2. Hit. Hit. Roll off. Next line. Nice. Nice. Don't waste my ammo. Don't waste my ammo. Don't waste my ammo. Mr. Long Range.
Not with this rifle, but we'll do our best.
Big Joe. Big Joe. Wait a minute. Good. Who's next? There you go. Nice.
Hit. Nice. Body. Hit. Not just showing off.
Pressure, do that again, come to the wall, little pressure, come to the wall, little pressure, pressure, one more time. Johnny Suppressor. No matter what's happening, nobody tells you to press the trigger but you. Even if we say fire, you say when, right?
Right.
You decide when your sights or your dot are aligned on the target. Nobody else sees it. I can't see it. Just don't allow yourself to press the shot until they're aligned. The other side of it, just keep this thing there. All you got to do is tell yourself, I only got to keep it there for about a quarter of a second. About a quarter of a second. That's it. I just got to keep it there for a quarter of a second. Just don't move anything. That's it. That can run a ragged little hole at high speed. Everybody does it. We all do it. Then as we started moving, I never told you how fast to move, did I? And I even showed you, moving slow. And when we were transitioning the pistol, I showed you transitioning slow. Yet you saw other guys go. So we as men, we don't want to look less than. I got to speed up. Because if I don't speed up, I'm going to look like a puss. I'm not here for any one of you. Meaning, like if I'm here training, I'm here to train me. You're not going to come protect my family. Even though you might be willing to. We live all over the country. None of us are going to be there. Austin isn't going to be there for Elliot. Elliot's not going to be there for Steve. Right? Tonight, if we go out for a drink, maybe you will, but that's just not the way it's going to be. So you're here for you. Like I said yesterday morning, we are, without the collective, we wouldn't be able to do this, so we have to have an appreciation for that, but we also need to understand, just like if we're on the mat doing jiu-jitsu or boxing, I'm your training partner, but at the end of the day, the only thing I can control is how I react to the training. So the dry fire, most people dry fire like garbage. And guys that are really good, so there's a lot of devices on the market, like Dry Fire Mag, which we recommend. They're a sponsor of us for the last 5 years or so. Tighter. Literally tighter. Get behind him, Weenus! Look at me. Say Dick Sandwich. Dick Sandwich. You're on that camera, you homo. That is where I think there's a disconnect in this modern shooting world. We've got tons of dudes that want to be better and better and faster for the sake of being better and better and faster, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if your object is to get better at protecting yourself, it would be very strange to me if you invest all that energy in that, but not in what really matters, which is learning how to meter your emotions and how to react to them and how to work through them, because fear is a normal human reaction. Sweet Wolf, an American flag shirt. You know what's weird? That we species now just sit and film everything.
I don't know.
Did you see my burrito? Have you seen a picture of my burrito I took this morning? Oh, look, you're filming me, filming him. So back to the dry fire. When we're dry firing, we feel, I'm gonna clear my pistol, empty. You feel like you're doing the right thing because, okay, dry fire, dry fire, dry fire. Okay, awesome. Oh, there it is. Dry fire, dry fire, dry fire. I'm exaggerating some goofy movements, right? Dry fire is anything. Dry fire is lock that slide back. I was talking to you yesterday about working through some of those processes. Today we're going to make sure that we're ingraining good processes. My grip doesn't change. How I access my magazine, how I cycle the action, even how I press check it, how I ensure it's in battery, how I decock, how I go to the holster, how I breathe. That's all dry practice, right? Your finger does not go to that trigger until that gun is up. So a couple of you went really fast and I didn't like what I saw. Slow it down, be mindful. Up.
Staying in the fight, so switching that switch on and keeping it on regardless of what happens.
All right, I dig it. How about you?
Slowing it down a little bit. There's no point in training bad stuff, reinforcing bad.
Louder.
Slowing it down a little bit, reinforcing, so you're not reinforcing bad training. Just making sure you get good hits so you can reinforce the good positive later and then speed up instead of just being like, oh, I gotta be the fastest one. Get all you got a lot of misses, so what's the point? So you slow
Makes
down.
sense to me.
No one's rushing you. You gotta do it right the first time before you can do it right in the fight.
One thing I thought about was touch points.
Touch points.
Trying to get a consistent touch point, mounting that rifle, driving that muzzle out, finding that, having that dot be where I want it and not search for it. Something I really need to work on.
The purpose of what we're doing here is literally point shooting.
It's the small things that make the biggest differences, like what we saw at like the 66 shooting. Just like the smallest, especially on a small gun, the smallest movements, the smallest mess ups can lead to the biggest misses. So really focusing on the small things to get the best performance.
Dig it.
So I was, one of you gentlemen reminded me as we were doing that last exercise, and I realized all day I've just been pulling back without having that trigger to the wall. Realize what a difference it makes.
When you're trying to make it, when you're trying to really work an accurate shot. Yeah.
Now my takeaway was when you're moving and shooting, you still need to maintain that sight picture and a precise trigger pull and your fundamentals, and you can't make up for losing those by just putting more rounds downrange.
Yeah, so you can't shoot fast enough to make up for bad habits.
My biggest thing that I noticed for like me personally is when I did my tac mag, I didn't seat the magazine all the way, so when I went back around,
I watched it fall and got that on film.
When I drew, it slung out, and it was just like double check, just make sure you slap it hard enough to get it all the way in.
Yeah.
Because you can't don't take it for granted that it's going to be in.
The other side note on that, just like with the AR, he's talking about his pistol. If you've got your magazine jammed brim to the brim to the brim. As these mags wear out, sometimes you can get an extra round into them. If the slide is forward, there's no ability for that round to compress. You know, if the gun is in battery and you're doing a tack reload, you can't get it in enough to click. And if you bash on it, all you're literally doing is smashing on a round. What about you?
Speed does not trump the fundamentals.
Speed does not trump the fundamentals. In fact, without the fundamentals, speed never really comes. Speed can come, but it won't be anything that's repeatable or what you want. Yeah? Yeah. Give me something else.
Kind of what Joe said, I noticed when we were moving that I wasn't always getting a good sight picture. So just making sure I'm seeing my sights when I'm pulling the trigger.
That's kind of important.
Yeah.
One, I completely appreciate that you guys took the time, the energy, the financial resources, and the finite resource of time, as I just said, to come spend the weekend out here with Kanan and I. You could have been home. It's Father's Day. Thank you. You've all got dads. Some of you are dads, so I appreciate that.
You, sir?
Yeah, getting aggressive, posture. You know,
Posture.
getting behind.
I want you to
squeeze.
work today on keeping your elbows slightly bent. So instead of this, just relax them a little bit. Instead of this, just relax them a little bit. Yeah. Day yesterday, good day the day before. We've been safe. You guys worked your ass off. We've shot, what, 900 rounds maybe in 2 days, maybe 1,000 for some of you. We'll shoot another 400, 500, 600 today, depending on what you've got in your boxes. Looking at you guys doing stuff, and the sky was so pretty and perfect. I'm like, man, it's pretty damn awesome. We get to hang out under the Colorado sky and shoot guns and tell dick jokes and come from all over the place. Like, that's the shit you remember when you're dying, to me. So, thank you for being part of my deathbed memories. That's pretty cool. Thank you. I dig it. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. COVID handshakes. Yeah. Thank you for bringing me out here. Tell Dave thank you that he made it happen. Yeah, man. Of course.
Grip the gun with a purpose.
With a purpose. What do you mean by that?
Like, I don't know. Just from you like telling me to rotate my hand and squeeze it harder, like I was squeezing harder when I was pulling the trigger.
And that was driving
jerking
around.
me.
Yeah.
Like squeeze it hard to begin with, and then don't have to squeeze harder when you pull the trigger. What I took out of that.
Makes sense. Steve, thank you. Thank you, brother. Why have we not been calling him frickin' Gary? Dave. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Another handshake. Kanan, starting to get a stack of those going, nephew. Good job. Awesome. Good job, brother. Another handshake again. Logan Dutton. Logan, thank you. Appreciate you.
This is strong.
Andrew Copeland. Thank you. Nurse Copeland.
I said I got me some gunfighter gun on. Gunfighter gun on, baby. Gunfighter gun on. No more gunfighter blues. Made in the USA. Amazing lubricity. 100% synthetic, baby. So it's gonna last you longer. So go on CarryTrainer.com and order yourself some gunfighter gun or gunfighter lube to get rid of your gunfighter blues. I said go on and order yourself some gunfighter lube. Yeah!